Ndị be anyị ndewonu. Ọ bụ Ada Igbo na-ekwu na Igbo Media. N'Igbo Media, anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara ihe na-emegasị na Biafra Land, n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. N'ụbọchị nke taata, o nwere ihe bịara n'iru akwụkwọ anyị nke anyị ga-agụpụtara unu n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị gụpụtachaa ya, unu egee ya ka ọha n'uju. Ị ga-esie ya, ị drọpụọla your comment, like kwa this our video and gbasakwa ya ka o ruo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ozi anyị wetara unu tata si n'aka otu nwanne anyị nwoke, a Biafra activist, wee rute anyị aka. Ọ dere sị: Nnamdi Kanu Vindicated. Aisha Yesufu defends Kanu as United Nations, EU, Canada government labeled Nigerian politician terrorist. Ya bụ ozi ka anyị ji wee bịa tata na Igbo Media. Ị ga-esi ya bụ ozi, gwa anyị iche na comment section, ma mekwa ka ozi arụtụ ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa gere ya ka ọha n'uju.
Bruce Fenn is saying that it is Nnamdi Kanu that should be prosecuting Tinubu and not the other way around. And well, let's look at this. For me, I feel somehow about this whole Canadian, Canadian court declaring APC and PDP a terrorist organization. One is that, like, what audacity, because these are Nigerian parties. But at the other end is that, are they lying? Are they not truly a terrorist organization? Parties that have been in government, that have killed people, opened fire on people, killed innocent citizens who were just protesting. What's the difference? During Occupy Nigeria, that was during PDP, when PDP was the ruling party. They killed protesters who just came out to protest that, oh, the price that you've put was too much. During NSAS and many other times also. The other one, to many other times, protesters have been killed. But one very particular one is that, during NSAS, when citizens, youth had come out to say, look, stop killing us, protect our lives. And the next thing, soldiers were sent in, to go and kill them. So you look at this thing and be wondering, are they not right? Are they not truly terrorist organization? As another reporter has this, it says, Bruce Fenn, a U.S. constitutional lawyer and counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people Biafra IPOB, said that the Canadian court's ruling shows the Nigerian government prosecution of Kanu is like Lucifer prosecuting Jesus. Fenn has made the statement following a Canadian court's reported declaration of Nigeria's ruling All Progressive Congress APC and opposition People's Democratic Party PDP as terrorist organization. One thing that you understand, just to give you a bit of context, these people, I think some of their members, from what I read in the other, they try to get what do you call this thing now? What's that thing when you, oh Lord have mercy, this old age, when you go to other people's this thing and it just gets to, so, oh Lord have mercy, sometimes you have this thing, something, you're trying to remember something and it just enters your head and then it just goes off again. I'm sure you're going to see this video as it is. I don't have time editing this out and making it look good on it. This is how it is. Not immunity, they're trying to asylum. What is it? Yeah, they're trying to get asylum. They go over to these places when they've already caused havoc. I saw the other time when a policeman said that they were going to do something to Nigeria. You sure Canadian, they drove him back, they denied him that asylum. Come back to Nigeria that you've helped to destroy. Where are you running away to? So it was on that this thing was made. Fenn made the statement following Canadian court's reported declaration of Nigeria's ruling All Progressive Congress APC and the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP as terrorist organization. As our reporters on Thursday reported that the federal court upheld a ruling declaring both PDP and APC to be engaged in conduct amounting to terrorism and subversion of democratic institutions. What is terrorism? You put terror, you kill people. That's terrorism. It's not just when it has something to do with religion or what. And that's definitely what these parties are doing. The judgment delivered on June 17, 2025 by Justice Pong T. Vigor dismissed the asylum application of Douglas Ekpa, a Nigerian national, and admitted PDP member because his party membership alone was sufficient to make him inadmissible to Canada under paragraph 34(1)(f) of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act IRPA. The court endorsed the Immigration Appeal Division's IAD detailed finding that both the PDP and APC had engaged in political violence, voter intimidation, ballot stuffing, and even murder to gain and maintain power, according to a court document obtained by People's Gazette. Quoting directly from the IAD's reasoning, Justice Ungo noted the conduct of individuals who are members of the PDP, which includes violence, murder, ballot stuffing, ballot box snatching, intimidation of voters, and other unlawful acts, is too widespread and persistent over too great a period of time to dissociate the leadership of the party from their action. The court further upheld the IAD's conclusion that both parties' actions fit the definition of terrorism under Canadian law, stating that the violence was designed to intimidate the public or a segment of the public for a political objective. While acknowledging that both PDP and APC have engaged in unlawful practices, the IAD found that the PDP committed the majority of the acts and benefited most from them, especially during its 16 years of power. I tell you, a lot. That's why PDP doesn't have mouth. A lot of the things that APC is doing today, they learned from a PDP and became more evil. Reacting to the Canadian court ruling, Fenn, in a post in his ex, formerly Twitter account, said the ruling has proved that if justice should prevail, Kanu should be prosecuting President Bola Tinubu, who is, by the way, not my president, and the Nigerian government, and not the government prosecuting Kanu. MNK's prosecution by APC's Tinubu is like Lucifer prosecuting Jesus for impiety. Canadian court finds APC and PDP terrorist organization. If justice prevails, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would be prosecuting Tinubu, not vice versa. But God is just, and his justice will not sleep forever. Fenn has been a vocal critic of the Nigerian government's handling of Kanu's case, accusing it of human rights abuses, illegal rendition, and violation of international law. His latest comments come amid renewed calls by IPOB supporters and rights activists for Kanu's release, argue that the trial is politically motivated. Kanu has been in custody of the Department of State Services DSS since June 2021 after his arrest in Kenya, faces multiple charges, including treasonable felony, terrorism charges. He has repeatedly denied. IPOB has maintained its demand for a referendum on Biafra's independence, while the Nigerian government insists the group's activities threaten national security. I do not see anything that threatens national security because people are asking for a referendum. There should be a referendum. Every region should be asked whether they want to be part of Nigeria. And if there's any region that does not want to be part of Nigeria, it's okay to allow that region to go its own way. Holding them hostage, because this is really holding them hostage, it's wrong. If you do a referendum, then you put it to rest. If they want to go, fine. If they want to stay, whether it is IPOB, whether it is Arewa, whether it is Odudua, whether it is South people, let everybody decide. It is already 110 years, or it's already 111 years since the amalgamation, where the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate were put together. Why are you still forcing people to stay together? I have always said it, and I'll continue to say, we need to have a Nigerian conversation. But by the way, has Kanu Nwankwo been vindicated? Now they have said APC and PDP are terrorist organizations, according to a Canadian court.
President, American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, World Press Conference here in Abuja, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, friends of justice, compatriots at home and abroad, we are not here for polite diplomacy. We are here to speak truth to a power that hides behind manners while enabling injustice. This is an indictment, not only of Nigeria's persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but of Britain's deliberate complicity in violating the UN Convention against torture, in Article 5 to 7 and the Dre Auto Judicare principle. Britain has abandoned its own citizens to torture, and history will remember. 4 years of silence, 4 years of complicity. For over 4 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been detained after being abducted in Kenya on 27th June 2021. This was not an arrest. It was a kidnapping, violating Kenya sovereignty under Article 2, subsection 4 of the UN Charter. The African Charter was violated. The UN Convention Against Torture was violated. As the UK Supreme Court ruled in Belhalf versus Straw 2017, rendition is a violation of international law and fundamental rights. Britain's response with a question, a whisper for clarification. Britain's silence is not golden. It is crimson with complicity. From Britain to today, the blood red thread. The silence continues Britain's policy towards the Igbos from 1967 to 1970. You armed Nigeria and ignored the starvation of millions. Half a century later, that policy is unchanged. Britain's betrayal of the Igbo did not end in 1970. It simply changed uniform. In October 2021, British consular officials visited Kanu. Days later, Nigeria amended charges, dropping reference to London broadcasts. Coincidence? I don't think so. This coordination violates the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, Article 5, and the ICCPR, Article 14. Britain didn't just look away, it helped script the persecution.
Ngwano dalo ninenu ụmụnne m dịkunu si na-esere n'Igbo Media. Gịnị ka unu nwere ikwu na nkọwa nke unu gbasara maka ihe unu nọ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa? Gwa anyị ife iche n'ụdị nke gị, deela ya n'akara kọmentị ka mara ihe i chere, ma chetakwa tụsa ya bụ ozi ka o werete ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ntị. Ndewo na ụmụnne m, ka emesịanụ.